In this video, we will do the timer logic for our game. So I'm going to create two scripts. One is going to be called, let's create a script. One is going to be called checkpoint. And the other one is going to be called time control. Okay. Let's start doing time control. And I'll start as usual by creating some variables. First of all, we'll be using TM Pro and we'll have a public TM Pro, what was the name? Actually, it is text mesh pro GUI lap time text, and then text mesh pro GUI best lap time text. Next, we will have a list of all my checkpoints. You remember, just quickly jumping into Unity, the checkpoints are these gates that are already added to the scene that will prevent the player from cheating. Back into Visual Studio, then we'll have a float lap time and a float best lap time, a next checkpoint index so this way I know which checkpoint the player must go through, and the boolean is timing. When we start, our lap time is 0. Our best lap time is float dot max value. The next checkpoint index equals 0 and is timing equals false. On update, if I'm timing, I will increase my lap time by time.delta time divided by time.timescale. Remember, at the beginning of the series, we set the time scale of our scene to 1.5 to have more of an arcade feeling to our game. So now we need to remember to divide in order to get the proper time. And then we're going to have a function update lap time UI. Call update lap time UI. In here, we're going to set first of all the minutes, which are casting to int time divided by 60 and not time. Actually, let us let me think. Let's pass here as a parameter float time divided by 60. Our int seconds equals casting int time modulo 60, and our milliseconds are time times 1000 divided, I'm sorry, not divided, modulo 1000. Okay. And now our lap time text equals string format, and here we'll have 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 2, 0, 0, 0, and those are minutes, seconds, and milliseconds. Okay, and over here we have the best lap time as a parameter. Now we will have a checkpoint validation function. Let's call it read checkpoint, and here we'll receive the checkpoint, and if I just went through the right checkpoint, oh, hold on, should be okay. If checkpoints next checkpoint index is the same as the checkpoint I've just reached, then I will increase the next checkpoint index plus 1 modulo checkpoints.length. And if the next checkpoint index is 0, that means we completed the lap, and we will check if we have a new fastest lap. And we'll do that on a complete lap function. Complete lap. And on complete lap, we set its timing to true again, just to keep counting the time. And if our lap time is smaller than our best lap time, then our best lap time equals lap time, and actually we will add another element here, which is a text mesh pro GUI text element, and then we call it like this. So in the update, we're updating lap time text, and here we call the exact same function, but now we are passing the best lap time to the best lap time text. Okay. Then let me think. What else do we need here? Let's have a public void set timing, just to be on the safe side. Not sure if I'm going to need this, but and then is timing equals b. And here a on trigger enter if collision, if other game object compare tag, if this is a player, then set timing to true, and then we call actually that's it, just set timing to true, and the rest will take care of it. Okay, so let's save this time controller, and now on our checkpoint class, we will have a reference to my time control, and on start check time control equals find object of type time control, so we can get a reference to it. No updates. I just want to check here if the player has reached other dim object compare tag. If the player has reached the checkpoint, then we need to call time control dot reach checkpoint, and I'm going to pass myself. Okay. Back into Unity. On my finish line, I will have both time control and a checkpoint. And time control, let's set current lap time and fastest lap time. This variable is going to be set on start. Let's go to each one of the starting gates and add checkpoints to those. And okay, let me just double check it. It is checkpoint, it is setting. Yes, it's setting at the start. So let's press play and see how it looks. So here's our car, and we start, and the timer has not started. So first of all, there are two audio listeners. Let's remove, that's one from the UI camera. Let's remove this. And why did we have an error perhaps? Let's run again. Let me see. So here's the finish. Oh, haven't set the car as a player. Let's try now. No, something is not. Oh, did I set? Is set as a box collider? Yeah, let's try to figure out what is going on here. So after setting up the checkpoints here and added all the checkpoints to the list, and keep in mind that the last one is the finish checkpoint. So the first checkpoint that we're going to look for is number 1, and then the finish is the last one. One thing I forgot was to go to my car and the game object that contains the mesh collider, set it as player, and now if we run, we're going to face another issue. You can see that there's a input string was not in a correct format. That's a typo in our code. I'm going to fix it now. There. Back to the game. Now, if I press play and I go through the start, now let us, and now the time is working. How about we we'll drive all the way to the end of the level just to see if the fastest lap is working. And there you have it. The fastest lap is also working. So in the next video, we will work on setting up the gauges for our UI. So one quick correction in the end of the video. I just noticed that when I finished my lap, the lap timer did not reset. That's because I forgot to add here at the end of the complete lap function, lap time equals 0f. So this way, when I complete the lap, the timer will be reset. Sorry about that, and I'll see you in the next video.